Now, Google recently revealed its annual list of top 10 searches. The company says it aims to provide a cultural snapshot of what held the public's interest over the past year. As BON's Mark Dreyer reports, pop singers, both dead and alive, topped the worldwide list, but China's most searched for keyword was in a category all of its own.
Google calls the listing its year-end zeitgeist and says the billions of search queries revealed the spirit of the times. On a worldwide basis, that spirit was searching for information about the late king of pop, Michael Jackson, who topped the global list. Social networking sites like Facebook and Twitter, and colourful singer Lady Gaga. The company also released a most searched for ranking for its Chinese site. And at the very top of that list was the name of Shanghai comedian Zhou Libo. Nothing surprising about that, perhaps, except that Zhou doesn't usually perform in the country's official language, Mandarin Chinese. Instead, he prefers to use his native Shanghainese dialect, which means most of the country can't understand him. Zhou has also pioneered a comic style quite different to China's dominant crosstalk, a kind of punning double act. He prefers a one-man routine using local Shanghai humour and speaking frankly on taboo topics, including politics, that mainstream comics consider too hot to handle. It may be the latter factor that fuels his huge DVD sales and concerts which sell out months in advance. A recent Los Angeles Times article suggested that Zhou Libo's use of the local Shanghai dialect gives him a flexibility that Mandarin-speaking comedians don't have, allowing him to operate under the censorship radar to a certain extent. And certainly until now, his limited local audience seems to have translated into limited official interest. But that may all change now that his name is at the top of Google's list and his popularity increases. In 2005, Google itself agreed to a certain measure of self-censorship in return for setting up a China subsidiary and locally hosted website. Whether Zhou follows a similar path and tones down his act, or continues to push the boundaries of Chinese comedy, only time and official tolerance will tell. Mark Dreyer, BON.
Well then, Tom, it's interesting to see here that he's, of course, very, very famous, but he doesn't speak in Mandarin. He speaks in Shanghainese, a completely separate dialect, which perhaps some people might have trouble understanding.
Yeah, some people may not realise that, of course, Mandarin and Cantonese are not the only languages spoken here in China. There's hundreds of different dialects spoken in different provinces, towns, cities, and Shanghainese is one of them. On state media here, in fact, Mandarin is the official language, so presenters always speak in Mandarin, but they have subtitles running along the bottom of the screen in case those people across other parts of China don't understand what they're saying.
Absolutely.